Okay, so needless to say, we have to always remember that the mariachi ensemble is driven by the rhythm section because of the fact we never stop playing, right? We start from head to toe. Violins will play, will relax, smile, hopefully. Trumpets, the same thing, they can't play the whole thing. So we need to always keep in mind that we are the percussion, what drives the mariachi. And, the guitarrón is the heartbeat, and we answer to the heartbeat, and we have to play as one. So it's like the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? You know, they became one, and that's what they want, right? So, so very, very important. Now, the second thing, I'm a guitar player, so when you're teaching guitar, you want to make sure your students play with a pick. Because I've heard some stories that sometimes teachers don't let them play with a pick, and I go, well, it's like, if you strum with your fingers, you know, you strum, right? So it's kind of weak, but once you strum with a pick, very big difference. So you want to be heard. Unless you know yourself, then put the pick away. Fake it. Be Billy Vanilli, right? So guitar, yeah, we have to the pick. Okay. Now, let me see how you grab it. Okay. Okay. So you have to strum with a pointy part, right? Yeah. Okay. Good. Same thing. So basically, you know, it's just like I always say, like, you know, if you're Catholic, you know, like, right? Well, you know, we will say, are you Catholic? No, I'm Christian. Same thing. We believe in Christ, unless you're atheist or agnostic or whatever. Anyway, so basically, you just kind of fit it in there. We don't never press really hard, because once you press like tough, then your whole arm's gonna be tight, and as you strum, you're gonna get really tired. Now, I have to tell you that for the last 5 years I've been playing with rheumatoid arthritis. So you know that it's kind of invasive. So whenever I'm gonna play, I'll take a little leave, and like right now, I took one. It took like a dozen. No. To be loose. No, I take one to leave a couple hours before, and I'm fine. I'm able to strum. And the strumming, whether it's vihuela, whether it's guitar, it's the same thing. You have to keep your right arm relaxed, because it's not all wrist only. Everything is engaged, and I know because now that I'm going through this illness, my wrist, my elbow, and the shoulder, sometimes they all converge, and all of them hit me, and I go, you know, it's like, oh. And sometimes it's just my wrist, and I took a leap. Sometimes it's just my elbow, but then I realize that when you strum, everything is moving. The trick is always to play hit all the strings. Now guitars are strung in the back. If you notice where I'm eating it out, guitar, you can tell that I strum behind the mouth. Why? Because it's a more percussive sound. As you get closer to the hole, it's more spread out, the sound. We don't want that. We want more percussive. Okay, vihuela, you play in front of the mouth, of the hole. So it would be like in this area here. You see the mica there? So you strum in this area here, in the guitar, in this area here. Okay. So, and of course, in vihuela, you can either use strum the pick that you're using. It's a finger pick. Why? Because originally vihuela players did not use. They basically played with their regular fingernail. It so happened that once the fingernail started like chipping away, whatever, all of a sudden you see them.
Yeah, my favorite is people.
Yeah, I mean it's just like you know you can even bleed
right now,
if you really play hard. So it so happened like back in the 60s, the prolific vihuela player who's an icon in our music, Victor Cárdenas El Pato, who was part of that incredible rhythm section of Vargas in the 60s. He when they were in LA, and he was like already like bleeding from the finger, and he asked one of the vihuela player from Los Galleros, hey, what do I do, man? He said, I'm bleeding, and the guy goes, well, use one of these, you know. The guy was already using one. You know, he started, no, the sound is different and whatever, but he had to learn. So he started like practicing, and all of a sudden he became like his own finger, right? And now he goes, no, I now record with it and everything, but there's more endurance. In other words, you can go on playing several hours. So when you start your kids, make sure they use the finger picks. Very, very, very important. And some kids might, you know, kind of say, well, I'll play with it. You know, you really can't force them. But if you're grading, if you're in academics, right? You grade. Because I'm in an after-school program, and sometimes kids are like, oh, well, I'd rather not. Oh, okay. You know, they're not being graded, so sometimes they don't appreciate good advice, and what are you going to do? Okay, that's fine. You want to use one of these? Like we will? Oh, okay, I'll try one of those. Because you can also strum. People, let me rewind. Yeah. You can also strum with a regular pick. Okay? You can get it. You just have to learn to get the nicer sound out, clean sound, but with you know, it has to look easy. So when you see me play tomorrow night, you're gonna go, wow, Chuy is great. No, but you'll see our Riguela player very prolific. Myself, but you know, I don't say I'm prolific, but I can get it done. And we're one. You know, this kid is, I'm tall, I'm 6 feet, he's 6'3", and he's only 27. I go, but you know, he came in, he's very, very gifted, but he had to join the way we play. You have to make a little adjustments. But you can't play this to it. If kids feel like a tool with a finger pick, they can migrate to this. Now, the positive thing about playing with this, you don't have to worry about other fingernails. You know, the ping pong ball and all that stuff. Because this stuff can get it done. Right? Put some guapangos on. You can get everything done. So, you know, and I only know one guy in LA, and he's like my age, but nobody knows him because he's never been in the mariachi circuit. But it's one kid that in 1968, 67, 68, Vargas was in town, and they went to this place to eat. It's a Mexican place. And they had mariachis, they go, oh, and the Vihuela player was playing, and they were, hey, the kid plays really well. You know, they got close, and he was playing with a pick. And they're like looking, and Paco, you know, tells the kid, hey, well, let's see you play without it. And the kid goes, well, let's see you play with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. The trick, what is the moral of the story? You gotta get it done. And if you can get it done, as long, sometimes, you know, sometimes kids are so gifted, you know, they come up with a little different twist on things, and if they're getting it done, that's what's important. You know, but textbook, the pick is held this way, right? Okay? And now there's 3 basic strummings that you have to teach for kids. You know, rancheras are 3-4. And I would advise you that if you're just getting kids to strum like with a guitarron and vihuela guitar, or you can put a metronome, and for them to just, even without a chord, you can, or you can get the guitarron to just strum G, G, D, G, E. If I go, if they can, you know, guitarron on 1, and the rhythm section 2, 3, so they can learn to keep good tempo. Now you have to realize that when we play live, there is no metronome, right? So who becomes a metronome? Well, the armonia, we're the metronome, but we have to accommodate the melody, right? So if we're playing a rey, pum pum pum, the tempo's already there. Pum pum pum, pum pum pum. There it is. Pum pum pum. Right? So we're a consequence of the melody. We hear the melody, we got to accommodate the melody. Now it so happens that sometimes melodies start to rush, or they start to like really slow down, whatever. And you have to find a way to make it work, to make it sound cohesive. Because when we play live, we don't have a metronome. For us, we hear Jose's trumpet, and we're right there. Boom. Violence, everything. We hear, and the more together you play, the more that your group is gonna cut through. And when groups sound all over the place, it's because they're not playing together. Sometimes you have a section that says, no, we're better than the violin section. But the trumpets, we're better. You follow us. So it becomes a problem. And it's a team effort, right?
Yeah.
Okay? So there's 3 basic rhythms that we teach. And basically, you can practice them with G major, right? And it's just 8 notes strumming down. Thinking in 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Make sure you strum behind a little bit more and try to open your hand more. So you stay within here and you get accustomed to strumming really with your hand closed that way. And when it comes to you really want to get into it, it's going to be hard to open it up. So even if we play strumming really soft, we have to envision that we want to play from here to here. It's impossible. But if you try that way, your hand will be, more adequate. And vihuela's a little narrower, so you can actually, boom, open it up. And make sure you strum all the strings. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Very, very basic. But if you get the guitarron doing, G, B, D, just a triad. So, si, re, si, re. Just like an exercise. Have a bum, 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 and have your vihuela guitar or your rhythm section follow the bass. Bum, 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 bum. So the next one is like this. Because this one gives you a natural accent. It almost sounds like a dotted, right? Like a dotted. Down, down, up. 1, 2, 3. Backwards, no? So it's down, down, down. Once you're up, stay there. It's like getting high. Once you're high, you sit high. I have something for you. For your wife.
That's right.
We'll get that on you, okay?
Thank
These
you.
are my hits.
Los éxitos.
Los éxitos.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Tell her hi.
I will. She'll be here tomorrow.
Oh, fantastic. Good. Okay, so that was number 2. Now the other one is down, down, up. Down. You want to kind of bum, 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 but not bum, bum, bum. This bum, like a little slight accent. you know, normally when we start something new, it kind of wants to fall out of your fingers. Because, I mean, I know this, it happened to me, you know. I mean, I all of a sudden, the pick is over there, and pick it up and continue to play. And after a while, it just becomes like an added appendage, you know, it's there, and it becomes part of you. So I don't have to worry about it anymore, I just like strum. We strum, and it just, I don't have to worry about it. What do you want now? My inflammation kicks in, and where's my pick? You know, it's all over the place, right? But that's something I have to live with, but whatever. Okay, so 3 of them, right? Let's review number 1, hold down. Always think, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, number 2, down, down, up. 1, 2, 3. Sure that we don't want to do like a windshield, because if you do like a windshield, it's really, you notice the difference. But if I relax, kind of think like you have like a, well, if you say rubber arm, it's not good for a pitcher, right? You have a rubber arm. But if you think of it as that way, it's a very loose, like if it was rubber, you know. And that way, you're always relaxed. Even if you play out, even if I'm playing out, I can be real soft. And I'm still relaxed. I'm not like, oh, I gotta play louder, I'm gonna, no. You just open your arm a little bit more. If I play soft, and you stay loose. You want to play louder, just open up your arm more. But stay relaxed. Because once you start tightening up, then after 15 minutes you'll be tired. You know. And I'm glad I learned the right way, because you know when I'm like my elbows like messed up, whatever, I can still play, because technically, you know, in my dark days, I learned the right way just by watching my older brothers. You know, so. It was funny because I was a trumpet player in high school, from 6th grade all the way through high school. You know, I went to marching band, and concert band, jazz band, everything like an all-American kid, because I grew up in the States. I was 10 when we immigrated, and we didn't come to the hills. We immigrated the right way. Jose was like 4 years old. So, you know, we went through the school system, we learned the band, whatever. And then I got to college, and you know, I was going for my BA in education, Spanish literature, ESL, so on and so forth. And I couldn't practice anymore, so I needed a musical outlet. My dad goes, oh, you know, I'll teach you a couple chords. This re, you know, segunda de re. Because over here we call it A7, right? But mariachi, no, segunda, sol, segunda, do, segunda, you know. So, no, okay. And then he goes, so this is the triad. I already knew some music theory. So I figured it out. Oh, okay, so this is E. If I put a bar, then it becomes F sharp. Oh, okay. A sharp, B, C. Oh, okay. So it started making sense to me. So I picked it up really quick, but the right hand. You know, at the end of the day, mariachi is dictated by the right hand, right? Sones, guapangos, joropos. That's what identifies us. So everybody else can do. Or play boleros, right? Será que te llevaste algo el día que tú te fuiste. Oh, and I should go to this. It's like crying. All the wives I've had before. Anyway, so anybody, all of us can do, you know, boleros and 3/4. but the sones are the most difficult ones. Okay, but if you learn it the right way, you're gonna be fine. Yes.
What was the other style that you said defined mariachi? You said sones and...
Sones, guapangos, which is and guaropos. So it's a lot.
When are we gonna learn that tomorrow?
What's that?
Yeah, that's the first.
Open another monster.
Tomorrow, morning session for you guys.
Oh, really? Really cool.
Yeah, but it looks easy, right? Next time I'm supposed to make it look easy. You know, right? But you know, you gotta put in the time. So I never really thought that I was gonna be a mariachi to a living, because I was in school. I went to Loyola Marymount University, got my BA, so on and so forth. But one night changed everything. I went out, and Jose and I went out the same night with this group, and we had no experience. We knew Son de la Negra, few songs, but everything else was a struggle, man. It was like, and the next morning, and I had just gotten married, you know, so you know.
Was that the first time?
I'm tired in two different ways. And I get up the next morning, and my wife had already gone to work, and I get up, and I'm like sore, like everything, because I'm tall. I never wore boots before. So, and I get up, and I had all my fingertips were red. And I go, why are they red? You know, because I had no callus. Now I do have callus. And I got up, and I'm just like, and my dad looks at me. My dad was like 5'6", 5'7". And in Spanish he goes, "¿Verdad que no es tan fácil, cabrón?" You know, he goes, "Not so easy, huh?" I go, "Please, take a shower and have something to eat, but you help me with some boleros. Sabor a mí, perfil, all those, you tell me the chords," and then I'm going that night, and I'm getting there, right? So the next time, I'm ready. And then they throw other repertoire, and I'm it was like a never-ending thing, but once you begin to realize that everything has structure, then you begin to, you know, because I already knew music, and you begin to put it in perspective. I go, oh, okay, so this is what they're doing. From either going to a relative minor, 2-chord, 5-chord back, you know, that círculos, right? We call it círculos. You know, bolero, or D, you know, so you dominate all the key centers, because, you know, theoretically you know what you're doing. But the sones are that's what we want. Okay, so now the whole thing that you want to get to is to be able to mix all three of them without a hitch. Yes?
Can I just ask a clarifying question about the down, down, up, down, up, down, up? Is it supposed to be down, like, and with like down, down, up, down, up, down, up,
Yeah.
down, up? Okay, so
Yeah,
like
it's
a
got a little
swingy type rhythm?
A little
Okay.
bit.
Yeah, because it's got like a natural, it's like almost like a
Like a
dotted
note.
note.
Yeah.
Because if you notice, right, you can hear it when I'm going down. However, when we're doing the downstroke in sones, we have to try to make it sound like the other one. So you constantly have to go. Like the endings. In the old days, they used to end the sones this way. And then in the 60s, they go, no, you know, let's do it this way. So here I have to make it happen. It's not natural like this one. Right? So when you're down, but that's when you start adding a little condiment to the manico. Right now I'm just telling you the basic rhythmic units to use, so the hand can be relaxed, and to make sure you stay relaxed. You know, when you're teaching your kids, make sure they're hitting all the strings, and make sure that, you know, if somebody's like really struggling, you gotta find a way to communicate that, you know, they should be as relaxed as possible. You know, not too tight, especially the pick, right? I think the vihuela is a little more freer, the hand, right? Because you don't have to hold on to anything. but once you start using the finger pick, you'll notice it's gonna get stuck on you. So what do? Then you practice with it until it doesn't get stuck in you. And so that's the way. But the thing is to always stay relaxed. So the goal is to do this. Normally I go to this one. We get it to the other one, so if I do them all together. To be able to manage them all, because when we're playing sonas, we go from one to the other. We don't even really think about it. You know, Jose and I used to strum on hairbrushes, but we used to hear our brothers play. We just Jose's a very prolific vihuela player. There's a lot of recordings that we did together that he's a vihuela player because the other ones couldn't handle certain rhythmic things. So he was, I'll record it. You know, the guy was born with all these abilities, man. Me, I just have two. Guitar and being married. Done it 3 times. Yeah, so that's a virtue too, man. So, but he's got all these abilities. He's the youngest one in the family, but he's at the end of the day he was the most gifted out of all of us. You know, so kudos to him, right? You know, but so we got. Let's try to. If you can try to follow my hand, I'm gonna go really slow. Because I'm gonna go down like this. When I say 1, 2, 3, down, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna mix the 3 of them, okay? All right? Okay, so down and then down, down, up, and the last one is down. Okay, because it makes more sense that way. So in this way, sometimes we play with other players, and we don't know the stuff really well, or they don't know my stuff really well. They're just watching, and then once they see your maneuvering, the way you maneuver, so on the spot you have to make adjustments, right? Okay, here we go. Down. 1, 2, 3. And then you can do your own. You can also mix them the way you want to mix them, as long as the transitions are smooth. And right now we're what? I don't think we're crawling. I think we're like taking steps, right? You know, because all of you are moving your hands properly. You know, maybe like you know the down one stroke, right? But I think you're struggling with this one. Try that one. My job here is watching all of you going. So if I see someone that needs a little more help, I take the time to do that. Because if I don't do that, then I'm like, oh, whatever. But right now you did it the right way. But you have to do it slow, down, and up, and practice it until it becomes natural. Right? Okay. And the last one is down, down, up. Down, down. approach the three basic units for mariachi. Now the hardest one is el redoble. Pum, pagada, pum, 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 pagada, pum. So normally the way I like to start the redoble is just to do pagatam, which the way we write is 16 notes with an 8, pagatam, right? So we would like to, with the we don't want pagatan, we don't want the accent there, we want pagatan. The accent is the very first note. It's just, so 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. So you notice that it's not really the whole arm, this is more like a flick of the wrist. It's almost like a horse, but the horse is takatan, takatan. We don't want that. Takatan, 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 takatan. Why? You'll see why. So, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, tempo, tagata, 2, 3, tagata, 2, 3. Why? Because when you start actually playing, you're gonna be more precise executing. Because once you become erratic and that, it throws everything out. We have to be as one. So it's 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. There you go. Listen. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. I'm gonna like relax your wrist a little bit more because I think you're using more arm. In this case, there you go. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Good. You come a long way with a pick.
Been working.
Yeah. That's not neat, is it? 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. See, do it with a G major. We want to make sure you hit all. Now, you have to realize that we want to hit all the strings, right? But as you get faster, the redoble, it's kind of impossible. You're gonna end up hitting like maybe like 5. But it's still there. The chord is still there. You know, the faster you get, you can't really hit them. But when you practice, you hit them all. 1, 2, 3. Akata. 1, 2, right? 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. Okay, so you kind of like at the defensive. Don't be on the defensive. Be aggressive. It's like love. You have to be aggressive. Otherwise, you don't make it in this world. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Now you sound great. Sound playing with it. No, go ahead and do it. You're doing well. One more time. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Okay. So you got the basics. Okay. Yeah. So it's like a flick, right? It's not like you're using your whole. If you use the windshield thing, you're not going to get it done. You're going to get really tired. So no matter how fast you go, you know, you're going. Notice I'm still relaxed. I'm not like, I'm playing out. I'm relaxed. I'm enjoying it. Try it out. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. Señora?
Good.
1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Good. 2, 3. 2, 3. Okay. Go ahead. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. Now, what you're doing is you're closing your hand this way, and if you see my fingers? So you're holding it firm, that's fine. And just kind of tuck them in, but don't go this way. Because once you do this, when you're ready to play wapangos, You know, you're gonna like, well, Pagos, I'm already, like, my fingers like this, and I just let my fingers slide. Right? I don't have to like, I don't have to open my fingers, they just create a, see? Now you just tuck them in, but don't grab, don't make a fist, yeah. Yeah, there you go. Relax your wrist. There you go. So do it slow, because sometimes kids want to do it too fast, and they have end up really with really bad habits, and the bad habits are really hard to take away. Don't do it that way. And then you have gifted kids who can like pick it up like really quick, and you go, wow, I wish I had those gifts. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay, so you understand the concept, which is good. And that's how you don't have to be a great player to teach it, but if you have a good method of teaching it, it's gonna be fine. Want to try it? 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay, so the movement is fine, but it's a little open, right? Because you're going takatan, it's takatan. A little more compact. And I'll make it sound like you, watch. Notice the difference? But my motion, your motion is fine.
Okay.
It just make it more compact. There you go. And it's important to distinguish, because when you're teaching it, you want to teach it the proper way. You know? 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay, relax your hand a little bit more. Okay, 1, 2, 3. There we go. 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay, so you're on your way. That's good. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay, so the concept is understood. And obviously, the more you play, this is your secondary instrument, so, you know, but you want to teach it properly, right? Okay, so basically, now putting everything together, I'll put them together for you, really slow. That's a whole phrase for a song. Just like a 6/8 right there. Yes?
When you do the takatan, is the pulse the same, or and you're going straight into the 6/8? It's like is the 8th note the same, or the pulse the same? Like,
Oh, you know what? I don't even really think about that, because the first part of it is in 3. Tan, taka, ta, 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 ta. There it becomes 6/8, like 2 sets of
And it
triplets.
goes back and forth.
Yeah, tan, taka, ta, 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 tan, taka, ta, 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 ta. Because the bass is going bum, 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 bum. All right? That is the whole, that's putting everything together, because when you begin to embellish it, it's
another quick question. Sorry.
yeah, that's fine.
You use the kind of uneven, the down up stroke. You use that in a song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
Is that it?
sones, there's a particular way of playing sones. Sones, you can adjust the strummings according to how you, I mean, if you're an arranger, Jose is very good at that because he understood that from the very, very beginning. Now we took the Vargas 60s, which is the best decade ever, you know, for us and the rhythm section just overall. They had the best trumpet players. It was just an amazing, from 60 to all the way through 70, it was awesome. We were like just waiting for recordings to come out and whatever. 71, you know, the changing of the direction, you know, musical direction changed. So the format somewhat changed, and we tuned out. But we had already like, okay, this is gonna be our format. So the 60s format is what we taken out. Jose took it and he made it his own because he started like doing these great arrangements and then just changing manicos, you know. But when you change a manico on here, it's got to coincide with what the bass is doing, right? For example, if I'm doing pum, 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 pum. I'm strumming for this. Everything feels like a glove, it's like a little puzzle. And when the puzzle is not right, then you're all over the place. Okay? So the whole goal of this is to put those three basic rhythms that I told you, and then add the redoble to it. Okay? And the redoble, like I said, once again, you can practice it, you can actually hear it without a chord. You can now, you can go like this. Now notice I'm not just using my pick like that. I'm actually getting my fingers involved. I don't want, no, just. Right? You fell out. Because when we're actually playing, if I play through the pick, that's not as full as if I put my finger. Hear that? It just gives that added, that
What do you put
added
in your
punch.
first finger? What finger are you using?
You see these three have to come before the pick, but together. You don't go, not like that. Like a dry punch instead of that one. That's for guapangos. But the son is, you know, and many you'll notice. I'm telling you all the little things that when you see professional groups, you'll notice that some play it that way, some don't. And it all depends where your evolution comes from, right? You learn a certain way, right? It's like basketball, right? You know, you see players and go, yeah, I used to see Dr. J do that, like Michael Jordan, right? And now LeBron comes in, he's a little bit of magic, he's a little bit of, a little bit of everything. The guy is dominant. And then Curry is like a matador, right? The bull got him this time, but he's prolific in his own way. So, but it all depends where you're coming from, and a lot of them don't do this. See my accents? I actually do the accents for the bass. Because it sounds like you just you'll notice professional groups focus on the rhythm section. You'll know. Now we know why Chuy is so good. I mean, it's just different. But we play, when we play, I don't think about technique, I'm relaxed. But what I want is just for this thing although it's a percussive instrument, for it to be able to sing. That's really because it's coming from the inside. It's when you're singing, right? If you're singing if I'm singing to a pretty girl, you know, sabor a mí, right? If I'm going tanto tiempo disfrutando de este amor, nuestras almas se acercan. So I'm singing the melody, but if I'm gonna feel it. Tanto tiempo disfrutando de este amor, nuestras almas se acercan. Tanto así que yo guardo tu sabor. Oh, what a difference. Yeah. And she's gonna follow. ¿Entiendes? So that playing is the same way. You know, it's not, yeah, you can learn the technique really well, but when you see players, you can actually feel who's really coming from the inside, instead of just playing. Which are the movements are all there, but if you hear. You're there, go, whoa, this guy's in love. ¿Entiendes? With his instrument. And that's what, you know, when you begin to really know how to critique, you know, what you're hearing, you know, you go, hey, I think I'm gonna go this way. And I'm not saying that my way is the best way. For me, it's the most most heartfelt. That's why I teach it this way. But somebody else may come along and say, hey, no, do it this way. But then you have a choice. And I think Chuy is the baddest. You know what I mean? So it really boils down to that. Okay, so let's review the three basic ones. You're gonna follow my right hand. And right before I change, remember it's down, and then down, down, up, and the last one will be down, down, up. Okay? And so we're gonna go slow, and I'll count three before we go to the next one. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Practice it, and that's the way you teach it until you see it. You know, the more you do it, even if you dedicate 15 minutes, not even with a chord, you can actually. I used to just sit there, like sometimes you write it, and I just be watching television. Just whatever came. But staying relaxed. You know, now more than ever, I normally like to practice every day, really. But you know, the last few days, I was my right forearm had like a big bump. This rheumatoid just hits you when you least expect, and I go, whoa! And my son goes, Dad, what? I can still play, so I'm gonna play. You know, and sometimes it happens. But normally, I didn't pick it up until today. So, and half an hour before I came here, I was strumming in the hotel. You know, just so I could be a little more, you know, prepared for you guys. Because I want to make it look easy, because at the end of the day, once you learn them, you know, just learn them the right way. You know, more kids want to play, oh, we want to play cascabel, right? I mean, they all want to play cascabel. They go, learn the basics first.
Yeah.
They're like basketball players, you know, they're dunking whatever, tell them to shoot a free throw, what happens? Bricks, right? Like Shaq, right? Or a lot of them, they can't shoot free throws. And that's going back to the basics, right? You know, shoot threes, yeah. Get to a free throw, like, you know. I know, 'cause I played basketball in high school, so I know what I'm talking about. But any questions, anybody? Okay, so and now the redoble, which is called, remember, accent right on the one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 3. Once you understand it, then you practice. There you go. Eighth note. The whole phrase. That it's a beautiful feeling when you're playing. When you're as one, it's like you're driving a Porsche. It's like, oh man, it's not a Honda like what I do. No, Hondas are great. A Civic, CRV. Anyway, so yeah, when you're right on, it's awesome because you're playing chords and then we're percussive. So if any of you want to record it with your phone, not a problem. I can put them all together for you so you won't forget. I'll do them slow and I'll put everything together for you.
I was going to ask you, do you want me to bring a guitar?
What's that?
guitar?
Si gustas? Yeah, so you can feel. Yeah, so you can hear the way it is. Yeah, buen money comida, ¿eh? Yeah. So I'll do the first 3, and then I will stop and then do this last one that we did together. Okay, now do them nice and slow, so that way you don't have to put it in slow motion. Okay, you guys ready? Okay. So we're gonna 1, 2, 3. Okay, the one we were doing a little while ago with the redoble. Okay? And I think that's slow enough that you can say, oh, I remember now. And it's great now with phones and iPads and all that, you can record stuff. As long as it's not kinky stuff, you're okay.
Yeah. There's a video you put out, it was a while back, Fuzzy, where you were doing all the stuff, and I showed it to my students, and a couple of them, they took like a Bible, one, that's all they would listen to.
Well,
They came later, they're good.
which one was that? The one
It's
that
where I think you're at your house, yeah, you're doing like
Apocalypse.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. That's like a 7-minute video also. It's instructive really, and I hesitated because sometimes, you know, you put up stuff and there's some haters out there or people that right away start canning at you or whatever like that. But as a whole, so many musicians had asked me to do something. Can you put something up? And one day I told my son, I go, take the camera. I did that, like a 7-minute video.
Yeah, no, it was good.
You can go to Chuy Hernandez Apocalypse, like Apocalypse, and then it'll come up. But you can go to my YouTube channel. There's a lot of stuff there, and I even put up stuff that is really helpful. And stuff, nothing. Yeah, I don't talk about my wife. Been there, done that. So that's essentially that's what we're covering. That's a song, right? You mix and match all those things. When you start seeing people playing sones, you find that most of them play them properly. And you know, professionals sometimes they're going a certain way. But why don't we do? Him and I will play, so you can hear actually the bass. He's gonna follow what I'm strumming. Okay. So and this is the way it should sound, right? So we'll do the basic ones, and then you'll know when I'm going. 1, 2, 3. So Guitarron and I, we have to be one. If not, it's not gonna sound good. We did the Oscars back in 96. God, that's 20 years ago. Can't believe it. I know Whoopi Goldberg was hosting the show, and Bryan Adams, you know, the rocker from England. What song was the song from Robin Hood? Kevin Costner. When you really love a woman or something like that.
Oh, okay.
You remember that? That's 20 years ago. So they called my brother and goes, hey, we want to give it like a Spanish flavor. Michael Kamen was the arranger. He passed away. I think it was 56 when he passed away, but he called us in, you know, and so we went to rehearse with you know, the rock guitar guy and keyboards. Michael Kamen was in keyboards, and then the rhythm with Bryan Adams. So we started getting into it, and you know, so we're Jose's doing something and I'm doing something else, and then turn around and, wow, that's wild. We never heard anything like that. I go, well, this is, you know, mariachi is a very unique things that we do, you know, with a rhythm hand, and it ended up really nice. You can probably find it on YouTube somewhere, you know. And they had all the beautiful female dancers, you know, dancing like if they were in Spain. So it was a beautiful production. It was great. But anyway, we're using all the the joropos and stuff like that. Now, we covered the son, right? You know, basically, you guys recorded and so on and so forth. There's two other rhythms that incorporate in mariachi. The other one's huapango. But the first thing you need to do is being able to set the strings, the vibration of the strings. Right? There you go. There you go. Right? So you hit the strings, and at the same time, with this part of the hand, you start the resonance. There you go. Right? That's it. Okay? Now that's very important because once we get into the
What is that called?
tapón,
Apagón.
apagón, we call it el tapón.
Okay.
Some of them call it apagón because that's like turning off the sound of the strings.
Okay.
So apagón is probably so you practice that. Right. There you go. And the key is to actually play you play the G chord. So if you do it wrong, you're gonna hear the ringing of the strings. So, right. There you go. There you go. And relax. You don't have to like, oh my God, I can't get it. Relax. You're slapping somebody in the wrist. Versus, I got slapped like that once. You go like,
And I never did it again.
Good. Okay. Okay. So we want to call that apagón. It's from the verb apagar, which means to turn off. Apagón. So that's how they, right? So apagón is when you turn off. You want to turn the sound off of the strings. So just kind of let your hand like that. Instead, try not to make it happen. Let it happen. There you go. There you go. Yeah. You see? Now you're getting it done. See what a great thing. Good. The important thing, guys, is that you understand it. And the more you do it, the better you're going to become it. Right? So when you're teaching it the proper way. Now, huapango is before you get the apagón. Now do this. See how I'm not doing like a song, right? I'm not doing that. It's tender. I'm leading with my fingers, you see? That's it. Vuela, when you're coming down, vuelas, you're coming down, and you incorporate your thumb. Lead with your fingers. Right? Guitar, we just need to leave the fingers too. We don't build a pick, so our thumb is not involved. But the pick is right there. Right? It's E minor. E minor. Right? So now we put everything together. So 2, 3. 2, 3. fingers are there. Look at the difference. If I go, now look at it. Yeah. Just let them slide.
It's like hitting all these things.
The phrase that you want is this. 2, 3. 2, 3. 'em. There are different rhythms in the song that we were doing before, but it's kind of weird that it's the same combination, 3/4 with a 6/8.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
you can always like write it down, rhythmically, and then if you want to record it, you can record it. I can record it. You guys want to record it?
Put your phone on slow-mo.
When you go. I should have real. Excuse me. I think everybody so when you see how that sounds? There's two kind hard to sound. Okay, you wanted the beginning part? Oh, so you got that part. Yeah. And then the 16 notes. practice it, practice it.
Some
and just,
students
you know,
stay on here all
teach it.
day, some people don't.
Tell me when you guys are ready. You ready? Ready?
I prefer the small
Okay, we go.
chairs.
There you go. That's nice and slow.
Thank you.
It
If you want a still picture of what that looks like on paper, I'm just going to open to it right there.
Oh, and I have a Wapango in my book if you want to see how they notes taken.
With the down ups and everything.
Eric opens that monster and it's not in the bag.
Oh, those are beautiful. It's very heartfelt. I never play like monotone. So guys, if I play it like this is a very heartfelt rhythm. If I play it monotone, it will sound something like this. Right? I'm doing it properly, but there's no life to it.
Yeah, it's
But if I interpret it, then for
expressive.
me it would be like. Makes it sound more musical. You're using dynamics, not thinking of dynamics, but you're letting you come through. Huh?
They're usually really different.
Yeah, yeah. You know, like malagueña, I mean, those are
Eric gave us
standards.
un de piedra.
Uh-huh. Like this big, oh yeah,
Tear jerking.
yeah. Oh yeah.
For sure. Oh my God, yeah.
Are you guys acquainted with that song?
That's
Crucifijo de piedra?
We're doing it. What's the name?
Crucifijo de piedra.
Yeah, but it's so cool. It's
Oh, that's
gorgeous, but it's always
Is
hard.
that intermediate?
Crucifijo de piedra it's one of the pieces we recorded with Linda Ronstadt back in
Yes,
'88.
yes, he played that recording today. It was like.
But we actually recorded it also in '88 with the Sol de Mexico. Jose sang it.
It's so sad.
It's a sad song because it's a love story, right?
Yeah, it's Chuy breaking up with one of his wives.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, believe it or not,
I told you I'm a troublemaker. You're gonna kick me out the door.
it begins with cuando la estaba queriendo. ¿Cuándo la estaba diciendo? He said, when I was really like beginning to love her and really cherish her, she left, but she promised she would come back. Pero todo era mentira, but it was all a lie. Porque ya su alma no era de mí, because her soul didn't belong to me anymore. So apparently she fell for somebody else. So he says he was so sad that he's like crying in front of the church
On the steps of
where
the
the
church,
crucifix is
yeah.
at, and it was so sad that even the crucifix began to cry.
It's
That's heavy.
really sad. song.
Yeah, I mean, those songs were like probably recorded back in the 50s. Miguel Aceves Mejia. It was like, I mean, you're now, you know, when you're younger, you really don't think about that. But being married 3 times, it makes you think about something. Me juro que regresaba, pero todo era mentira porque ya
It's such
estaba
a
en
sad song.
Yeah, I mean, and so
We're
really,
working on that one.
well now, you know, as you get older, you begin to really get into lyrics more. And, you know, I mean, to really like, yeah.
Crucifijo de
You know.
piedra.
Well, with that rhythm going on underneath it, it's
Crucifijo de piedra. Piedra. It's a beautiful Wapango. Jose sang it really well. Jose is,
B7 might be.
yeah,
I'm not sure that B7's gonna happen, but I'm gonna practice.
Well, and I think that's why the instrumental accompaniment needs to actually support the vocal. You know, I mean, that's why you want it not to be auto.
yeah, we'll do Ron. Sure.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Ron, the guy who
I think it's
sings.
good with the.
Very good.
Okay, so we pretty much. Wapango?
No, we did so many little fun.
Uh-huh. Let's one more.
It's so,
One more.
One more?
you can't give me a stop.
Yeah.
No, when I'm playing the guapango, there's a redoble there, it's some 60s that I'm putting in right here. And that's basically played in slow guapangos, but when they're fast guapangos, like those 16s are really tough.
Yeah.
So we do 8s. The same rhythm, that's basically the same thing. The reason you're doing this, and I'm watching you. And that's, we use that manico more like for Huasteco stuff. It's a whole different feel. But this one, that's it. Right? The other one, the one you can put in, that's textbook. Okay, that's the one that when you play slow guapango, that's what you're gonna play. Okay, now the next rhythm that we use a lot, like stuff like la biquina or stuff of that sort. They're called joropos, which is basically it's a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It's a 3/4 feel. That's the stopping the apagón is right at 2. 3, 1, 2. Do it slow. 1, 2. Right there, stop right there. So we're breaking it down.
Yes.
Right? There you go. Okay, now we got that straight, right? Now it comes the next one. comes on right on two. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's all it is. That is your very, very basic joropo. That's how you want to start. And then there's other combinations that we use. For example, if I go like this. Red one, right? Variation. More elaborate, then you start playing with all the little intricacies. They go, right? I mean, you can do it. Right? You can add a lot, all your little condiments. You take them out and go, okay, you know. Why? But you have to play from the heart. You can just say, oh, here, I'm going to do so many bars. And normally guitars, we just play the basic rhythm, where the vihuelas are the ones that are doing all the flowery work. You know, we let them slide. So they in front. But normally the vihuela is the one because it cuts the instrument by itself. It really cuts through. You know, and mariachi really, if you really think about it, is very trebly, right? You got violins, you got vihuela, and trumpets, which are more trebly than others. All we have for the bottom is the guitarron and the guitar. So that's why we want to play with a pick and be heard, so you can hear some of the bottom. It's like more like the mid-range, but the guitarron is more on the bottom. So we have to create that foundation. Yeah? But the joropo itself is just think of it as 8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, say, que nada yo apagón, right on 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Whenever you guys want to record the joropo, I'll record real slow for you guys. Remember, I want royalties from these recordings.
Yeah, right. Come on.
This is great to get all these styles on video.
Oh,
This is so helpful.
it all starts on the very, very basics.
It really does. All the styles are defined by what you're doing, right?
Exactly, right?
Right.
Exactly. Here we go, guys. You guys ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Let me dissect it first. Right? The first part. Second part. Second part. Up, down, up. Up, down, up. Now together. That's the joropo. And that gives you the very basics of all the pretty basic rhythms that we do. And of course, you know, when you begin to play guapangos, even guapangos are so heartfelt. You mix, you know, it all comes from inside. Now, when there's a formal arrangement, Jose puts all exactly what he wants. Every so often, hey, bro, what do you think? Oh, that sounds good, let's do it. So he's not like no, I wrote it that way, you play it that way. He's always open to, that's why he's so great. You know, he never like shuts himself and say, the 21st century savior of mariachi, no. He's not that way, so the humbling part, that's, you know, he's humble and he's always willing to listen to. It's always incorporating things, you know, he's so, you know, I mean, the fact that he took a lot of courses in when he was studying music, he was like arranging. They go, what are you doing this week? I'm doing punk rock. What I'm doing this week, we're doing Broadway. This week I'm doing country. So he did all the genres that are played. That's you know. So then you take all that to mariachi and you go, ooh. You know, that's why his music is like. No
And that's
other.
why he gets the call when they need.
Yeah, when they
sports.
need them, they just go. Yeah,
Because everybody agrees they can adapt quickly.
Exactly right. There was one incident where they wanted something. There was a scene where they wanted something like La Malagueña, and they go, but we don't want to use La Malagueña because you don't got to pay royalties, right? Can you come up with something? Yeah. Well, how many measures do you need? Oh, so many measures, whatever. Okay. We came up with a lyric, came up with a melody, did the arrangement, sent it to them. They go, perfect. You know, and so he does a lot of that because you know he just takes them a few minutes. Yeah, I mean it's just like I said, you know, it's like if I had an ounce of talent, I go, I'd be traveling the world.
Sure.
You know.
Could I get you doing the song pattern that you taught, because I'm doing slow-mo and it's really helpful to see it.
Okay.
You know, you just play at your normal speed and it slows it down, so you know.
Okay.
So when you're ready.
Okay. So I'm gonna mix and match.
Okay.
Start very basic.
Bravo. Thank you.
Nice.
Well, and of course, a lot of that too has to do with what's happening with the guitarón, because the guitarón
Oh
pops
yeah,
his accents up.
definitely. Yeah, I mean that's what I
Yeah.
said. So you know, at least you have tools.
Good stuff.
And then when you hear mariachi, you go, oh my God, you can really like, you know, now you'll be able to focus a little bit more and say, let's see what they're doing.
What is Guadalajara? What style is that?
It's also, it's also like a song pattern because it.
But it's all triplets like.
Huh?
What you do?
Yeah. It's up and down, it's just the way you play it.
But that's not a specific style, mariachi style?
Well, it's within the strummies that we do, that's just the way the guy
That
who wrote it,
particular song,
Pepe
okay.
Guizar, you know.
Okay,
that's-
gotcha.
that's what
It's
it-
not representative of a certain style. That's-
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
but it's within the strummies that we teach,
Mhm.
you know, the strummings, all the basic ones that I told you, I mean, you're gonna find them in various, you know, there are other songs that are played differently.
Yeah, yeah.
For example, cuatro, right? It's a very different, but the other song that I tell you is the one that's most standard.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And like I said, the most important thing about kids is
Teach
to give them the right foundation.
That's right.
There's a lot of them right away, they want to play like really redobles, whatever, and then start playing them wrong, and then to undo it, it's really tough.
Always about back to basics, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Foundation.
Yeah.
We do that in all our classes.
You guys have any questions? I think yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Just don't ask me about my divorce.
Yeah.
No. Does the guitar ever get solo work in mariachi ever? I rarely see it, or if
You
I
know
ever.
what? When we do cascabel, I do play a solo. So it would be like, it's horrible style, right? So it would be like. That's my whole solo for me. So it's a rhythmic saying? He does a whole other,
Yeah.
I mean, it's also rhythmic, but he goes to left field. You know, so I actually started doing it a certain way, because it goes, oh, you know what, we gotta come up with something a little bit different. So I go, well, how about okay, that's better, at least we're out of the same.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's what I'm saying, that he's not, he'll suggest, we gotta do something different. So he gets you thinking out of the box, and I was saying, oh, okay, boom, 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 boom. And then once he likes it, he goes, okay, that's good. So he supervised all of us. So when something is off, he'll tell you, hey, here you're doing a quarter, that doesn't belong there. You know, so he's got extra sensitive ears, which I don't envy. No, because then you hear everything.
Yeah.
You can't sleep at night.
Would you be willing for the solo one more time?
The what?
Solo.
The solo? Let me turn that a little.
You'll probably see a lot of these styles in the show tomorrow night. Probably all of them.
They're amazing to watch live.
How about to slow it down, or
No.
No.
let's
Do
just
it, whatever's comfy for you. I just wanna see it again. It's amazing.
Okay. Okay, don't let me down, okay? Don't let me down. Okay, this is what I do. Okay. Come on, Bill, you say, you know, but sometimes when I have a lot of problems with this joint here, so when I have to do, for example, if I'm doing G and I'm going to do an augmented chord, I have to, you see the kind of get stuck? I can't get to the D sharp. It's like somebody's putting a pin. So I go, oh my God, so I have to like kind of cheat a little bit. Go, so I'll go like this. And I'm killing the E because I'm doing a D sharp right here. So it's when, right, I see it, right now it loosened up a bit, I can do it. But sometimes when I'm here, and then, you know, it's just like somebody like, you know, it's like.
This is
my
because
wife
of
hits me.
the arthritis, right?
Yeah, well, rheumatoid hits you all over.
Rheumatoid arthritis. Oh, yeah, oh.
Yeah, I mean, but for me, it's lately it's been my elbow and my wrist, and so I go to acupuncture once a month.
Oh.
So I don't just basically do, you know, I mean I do meds, they give me, right? Folic acid is good for your heart. Right?
Oh.
But methotrexate, which is 2 little pills that I take every Monday, it lowers your immune system, so it won't attack me. I mean, immune system is actually attacking me. So that's an autoimmune disease, what they call it. So methotrexate brings it down. So I have to be like careful as, you know, with germs, I guess.
Yeah,
you know.
sure.
But I take the lightest dose possible. My daughter takes 7 pills.
Same
My daughter,
thing.
yeah, she's had it since she was 17, and she's
Oh.
now 30, going to 39. But she hangs in there. I mean, she's a very intelligent woman, and got 2 wonderful kids and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
But for me, when I started getting it, it was like, I'm like, why is it happening to me?
Right.
And then a little voice says, because you fooled around.
Oh.
All the ghosts from the past came back. No, actually, I mean, one day I was outside in the porch, and this finger was really like fat, got really fat, and I didn't know what was going on. So I'm in the sun, right, like, and my wife's cooking inside, and I just like crying, and before I go inside, I killed my tears, and then, you know, it kept on getting worse, you know, and then it would go down, and then this one get fat. It's like, it came to a point, we were in Mexico, in San Luis, and we're getting ready to come back to the States, right? But at 4 in the morning, I'm like, I wake up, and I couldn't move my neck. I could.
Oh, gosh.
Oh my God, it was just like hurting. Like I hadn't been diagnosed yet. Now where I'm in Mexico, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I tell my wife, you know what? I have to go find me a doctor here. I don't know. I can barely move my neck. So we get up and show me shower or whatever, and we get to the botica, where you would sell medicine. In Mexico you can buy medicine, right? For everyone.
Right.
So I get in there. Oh, we have a resident female doctor. Okay, so I went in there. ¿Qué le pasa, señor? What's wrong? What's wrong? I can't move my neck. Me duele mucho. It hurts. I can't barely move it. And she came. She wasn't like, I don't know. And my wife told me, I want to tell her about your finger. My finger was real fat. And then the doctor goes, have you had a physical? And I go, I just had a physical. Sugar down, blood pressure down, everything's cool. Everything came out great. But have you had a rheumatoid exam? No, I never heard of that. Okay, go to Mexico, right? Go 3 blocks, make a left. There's a laboratory there. You take some blood and figure it out. And 3 hours later, I went back to the results. I came back to the lady. And she goes, "Yeah, you just tested positive for rheumatoid arthritis." I didn't know what that was. She gave me some pills. All right, we go to the pharmacy, buy this. 2 hours later, I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Already, I was like, oh, this is great. But the medicine was real strong, so eventually it gets to your liver or whatever. So
Yeah,
the doctor
yeah.
over here told me, I told him what I was saying. He goes, "Oh, you're taking really strong medicine. Yeah, let me take another blood test. I wanna measure your inflammation." Yeah, the cutoff was 16. Mine was 96. Inflammation in your blood. And if you let it out rampant, it could give you a heart attack. Bury me with my guitar.
Yeah. I think it's the music that keeps you going.
Oh no, well the thing is that when even in regular arthritis, you have to keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't sit there. And I love just sitting watching television, sports, and basketball, all this Netflix and all this stuff. But I have to make a point of okay, I'm gonna get up,
Get up.
walk,
Right.
or pick up the guitar and just strum. So but this thing is like triggers on me. But it is what it is, But my strumming it's okay. Right now I'm loose, Right. So I've been doing it for so many years. It's
So when you start teaching kids at the very beginning, the patterns you should teach them would be the falseadas, the lentas.
I'll tell telling them when you teaching the 3/4, just put a little metronome, or you can become the metronome. Just okay, this is gonna be your metronome. Guitarrón, G major, so they can learn how to keep proper tempo, right? Now even when you're doing boleros, which is straight 8 notes, you go. Keep tempo. However, do a bolero. Would you do the circle in sol? Okay. So now watch. I'm gonna play it straight. Okay. 3, 4. Straight up, but now I'm interpreting. Why? And I'm going to be motivated by whoever is singing. If he really loud, then I have to strum a little harder, maybe not as with a lot of finesse, because I have to match the guy who's singing. So if you sing like me, which is heartfelt, so many I've been heartbroken so many times. I have a lot in my closet to draw. You know what I mean? And that it's true, because sometimes there have been times when you get so engulfed in the lyric that you actually lose control. And it's happened to me a couple of times. You know, and people are going, there was this Afro-American woman who didn't know no English. Went to a Cielito Lindo, to a restaurant, and I think I sang yesterday.
The Beatles.
Yesterday, I sang. You know, Paul recorded like kind of fast. Yesterday. That's his tempo.
Okay.
But we sing it like really melancholic, like yesterday. Oh, my troubles seem so far. Now it looks as though you're to stay. Oh, I believe it's the day. Why she had to go, we don't know. She wouldn't say. So I'm telling the story. And I was eating, you know, we finished and I was taking a break, and I was eating some food, and then this black woman approached me, she's like locked eyes, and she's coming closer, and I'm like, you know, I winked at her, and she like,
Oh.
and she came up and she goes, you know, I said, you sang yesterday, like, oh, I never heard it that way before. But you sang other stuff in Spanish, and I don't know Spanish, but just the way you were singing, you made me cry. I go, was I out of tune?
Well, I've actually seen singers become overwhelmed while they're singing.
Yeah, I mean.
And it just, you know, it just happens, it just washes over you kind of.
Yeah.
And I've seen Felipe, I've seen that with you. I've seen it with other professionals as well, who, you know, just the moment sort of carry.
Oh yeah, there are moments that, believe me.
The music just.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
one time we were singing for my mom, but we never sang for my mother, ever. In '93, Jose goes, you know what, we're gonna do a medley, we're gonna spread my mom. Okay, well, who's singing? All of us. Not me. Why? I can't handle it. The emotions, right?
Yeah.
Well, anyways, it's in my YouTube channel. You know, it says 1983, but you know, the brother singing to my mom. I was a mess. I was crying.
Oh yeah.
I could never hold it. I mean, but that was beyond. I mean, normal. You know, but normally, yeah, you want to get into a lyric, but not to a point of breaking down. And sometimes you get close to that.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and playing is the same way. I mean, you see me play, but I'm like just enjoying. If I'm playing songs, I'm like, you hear the accents, and if I'm guapango,
Yeah. It's just so important that this particular instrument and the vihuela, of course, drives. This is the engine of the whole ensemble.
That's what I was telling them. That
Yeah.
we're the motor.
You are the motor.
And we accommodate
This part's
melody.
so important.
You know, melody comes in and boom. And with my brothers, all four trumpet players, Pedro, Antonio, Crescencio, you know, is very sick with cancer. And then Antonio, the prolific, Jose, of course. You know, we got four trumpet players. Really great. All of them. And they're like, tempo was, you know, when I started playing with them and whatever, they, no, yes, it's that, you know, can you listen that you're not with us? After a while, you're on the defensive, and then you learn to relax and say, okay, and then you begin to learn the ropes. But at the beginning, it's you're trying to remember chords, you're trying to remember manicos, and also kinds of things like that. You know, so we had really great teachers from the very beginning.
I would be very interested in hearing all the patterns that you did, because we're almost out of time. Having you guys demonstrate them back. Okay, so can I hear you guys play all those?
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I would love that. Can we start with the song? And whatever is
I will guide you. I'll say, remember 1, 2, 3. Remember, we're going down, and then down, down, up, and then down, down, up. Okay. No redobles. We just did the three basic ones that I taught at the very beginning. Nice and slow. 1, 2, 3. some of it stuck with you.
That's really.
Yeah, that's important. So every day, you know, that way you can teach it a lot easier. Now the other one, right? The accent and the beginning, not takatan. We don't want that. Takatan. Bam. Takatan. Tan 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 takatan. Tan 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 takatan. Tan tan tan. Do it slow. Before you know, you start to gather a little speed. And just go at your own speed. Remember, not everybody's the same, right? Some learn a little slower. Some learn a little mid. Some really fast. Do your own thing, right?
Or articulate, down, 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 down,
Yeah.
down, 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 down. When the kid's talking like that, then they seem to do what they're saying. Down, 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 down.
Yeah, with a redoble, something like that.
I've used sometimes words to,
Yeah.
I would do, chile con papas me gusta, me
Ah,
gusta. Chile con papas me
Yeah.
gusta. And they start to get it to where it's, they can
It's
say
really-
it like
yeah.
without speeding up, and then they go, and they'll clap. Chile con papas me gusta, chile con papas me.
Yeah.
And they can do
It's
that.
association.
It is.
Whatever works, you know, at the end of the day,
Mhm.
you know, it's whatever works. You know, my thing is just to teach it properly because the foundation is everything. You know,
Yes,
if,
yes.
you know, like the Lord's word, right? You know, the seed falls on a rock and begins to give fruit, and then the water wipes it right away, right? So that was me. It never.
Nice.
I was a rock.
But now I'm really the dirt is really good now. Yeah.
And then, so you did this one, you did the joropo, and you did
Wapango,
Wapango. Oh, yeah, Wapango.
Wapango, so we go to Wapango. Yeah, that's it. We get some more praise. Normally, you know, when we get to the Rodolfo, we just do a. We have to do that right. Make sure we get that right. So we broke it down, so we That's it. That's it. Then. Yeah. So the good thing, you guys have it recorded, and really, I recorded it really slow, right? It's always like, this is a lot to take, right? There's so much information that if you haven't played it, you know, it's really hard to retain.